Happy, beautiful day. It's Pete Cohen here, Psychology's magazine. It is 1 minute to 11 o'clock. It's Friday. It's fantastic Friday. And I'm delighted to be here with you guys right here, right now. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know where you are in the world. Let me know where you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me. It's such a privilege. Look, this background, I don't know whether you could see it, but it was just falling down on top of me here. So happy, beautiful day. Let me know, where are you in the world? Today we're going to talk about hope, the science of hope. Look at all these people. I can wave at all of you. I'm not actually sure what happens when you wave at someone on Instagram. So we're going to talk about hope, but make sure you subscribe to Psychology's magazine. Click the link in the bio. Get involved. Psychology's magazine is the #1 magazine in the world. If you want to sort out your psychology, then Psychology's magazine is just full of practical tools, tips, techniques, and wisdom. We've got the Instagram page, we've got the Facebook page, and on the Facebook page, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. British Summer Time, I do a piece on there, an extended piece. We've just done 4 weeks on zest, hope, and optimism, but today we're going to talk about hope. So let me know if you can hear me. Just say hello in the chat box. Say I'm ready if I'm ready. Let's make this as interactive as possible. I think this is one of the dangers now of social media, is it's very easy to not get involved. And I think we have to be careful about what we get involved in. But if something is of interest to you, I encourage you, get involved, get engaged with what I'm about to talk to you, because how many of you feel that hope is something that is needed right now more than ever? But did you know there is a science of hope? Did you know that? So just let me know where you are in the world, and if you're ready, say I am ready, or I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. We're going to start this in 30 seconds. We're going to get stuck into some great content all around hope and the science of hope. Are you ready? Say I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. All I want to see is one person saying I'm ready for me to go. Amy Louise, wherever you are in the world. Where are you in the world? Amy. Pea Petals, where are you in the world? Let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So, Fridays. Fantastic Fridays. That's what I'm here to do. To say, hey everyone, let's have a fantastic Friday. Let's have a fantastic weekend. Let's have a fantastic life. Amy, you're in London. What part of London are you from? That's my part of the world. I'm from North London originally, Northwest London. We've got Ireland in the house. I'm ready. I'm ready in Galway, the greenest country in the world. Totally fantastic to have you here. Lucy, great to have you here. Great to have you. See, loads more people are coming in now. I don't know why that is, but so maybe we'll just hold fire for a few more seconds. Feel free to let me know where you are in the world. We're talking about hope. We've got Saudi Arabia in the house. One of my books, Fear Busting, has been published in Arabic. So I'm Pete Cohen. I'm a coach. I'm the author of 19 books, many of those international best-selling books. I've spent my life finding solutions for the problems that people have in their life, from fears to phobias, to executives who want to perform better, to world and Olympic champions, and everyday people just like you and me. That's a big wave I could give there. You waved at whoever you are. I waved at you. We've got London Farringdon. I used to work at the Barbican. That was my first job after I left university, at the Holmes Place Barbican. It's now Virgin Active. Isn't it amazing? We're all connected. Surbiton, that's in southwest London, right? My brother lives in Mortlake. We are all connected. That's the great thing about social media. And now we're talking about hope. What do you think hope is? What do you think it is? What is hope? Well, let me ask you this, and please type this in. It's a question. Are you ready? Here we go. Where there is no hope, what is there? No hope? What is there? Without hope, it's hopeless. And that's how a lot of people feel right now. How do you feel about where you are right now? As a coach, that's one of the questions that I ask a lot. How do you feel about where you are right now? And if you're being really honest, how do you feel? Really honest. Because if you ask people, how are you? I used to work in a gym at the Barbican. We used to ask that question. We used to say, you remember me from Mongolia Park Golf Club? Where is that? Where is that golf club? Anyway, it's great to see you. We used to ask people in the gym, we used to say, how are you? What do you think the most common answer was when people came in? Hey, how are you? Standing behind reception, hey, how are you? The most common answer, I'll tell you, was without doubt, not bad. And then I'm okay. Not bad, okay. But I think sometimes people are frightened to say, hey, how are you? I'm fantastic, I'm okay. Especially in the UK, we tend to be very subservient. We tend to have almost like a victim mentality. We don't want to big ourselves up. But the reality is a lot of people right now feel hugely uncertain. And then there's so much confusion going on in the world, right? How much confusion is there right now? What should we do? Where do we go? Do we wear a mask? What's happening? There is so much confusion and there is so much uncertainty. But hope is really, I'm going to tell you what the science of hope. There's 3 elements to it, right? The science of hope, the first element is where you believe your future is better than where you are. You believe your future is better than where you are right now. That's the first element of hope. The second element is agency. Now, what agency means is that you have the power. You have the ability to make the future that you see happen. Does that make sense to you, right? Do you believe that right now? That's about confidence. That's about believing in yourself. And the third element is pathways. And what I mean by that is if you decide to go after things to make things better, to achieve your goals or your dreams and your ambitions, pathways is if one way isn't working, you would take another approach. Does that make sense? Right? So let's just review that. Let's do a little bit of a deeper dive. Hope, the science of hope. With no hope, we're hopeless. Hope is where you believe your future is better than where you are. So there was a prisoner of war in Vietnam. His name was John Stockdale. And his plane was shot down. And as his plane was going down, he knew he was going to survive. And secondly, he knew that he would be a prisoner for a long time. And he said to himself, I reckon I'm going to be here for 5 years. And he was actually there for 7. And during that time that he was there, he saw a lot of people die. And he said they died of a broken heart. What he meant is that they had this optimism that was almost false. Oh, we'll be okay. We'll be out by Christmas. We'll be out by Easter. And he was like, I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to be so difficult, so challenging, but I know we will overcome. And there is something that is known as the Stockdale paradox, which is knowing that this is difficult, but we will get through. And I believe that that's what's needed more than ever. Hope. That we know that our futures will be better, but we know it's going to be difficult. We know it's going to be challenging. Many people won't have a job. Many people maybe will die. But knowing that there is something better than what we have right now. And I admire anyone that has hope. And I think we need to have it for ourselves, for our families, for our friends, for our children. And say, you know what? We're going to get through this. We are going to get through this. So that's the first element, knowing that the future is better than what you have now. The second element is agency. That word agency means you have the power. You can put your power into play to make the future better. And thirdly, pathways. That's knowing that if something doesn't work, that path A, you'll take plan B, plan C, plan D. You'll keep finding a way until you find the way. Does that make sense? That's the science of hope. Why not spend some time thinking about that over the weekend, and thinking about, I'd like to develop some hope in myself because it's like a muscle, I believe that we can become more hopeful, but that comes really from changing our minds. Does this make sense? What's your biggest takeaway from what I've just said? It can only get better, right? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it could get any worse, but who knows? It could get more challenging. What do you reckon? So great to see so many of you here. I really, really do appreciate it. What's your biggest takeaway? Any questions before we say goodbye and you go on your merry day? Make sure you subscribe to Psychologies Magazine. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. It's just Pete Cohen. Pete Cohen. Great to see you, Holly. Great to see all of you. So what is it that all of you that are watching this right now, what are you passionate about? What do you do? The reason I ask this is there's many people that follow Psychologies magazine, but I don't know who you are. Well, I know one of you here. You said that you've met me before, which is fantastic. Can you recommend any books on hope and development on this? Yes, absolute, Daisy. You can get a copy of the book I wrote recently. You can get it for free as a PDF, or we'll send you a copy for like what it costs. If you go to book.petecohen.com, book.petecohen.com, I was going to show you. I wrote a book called Inspirators. The name of the book published in Saudi is called Fear Busting. But my book is called Inspirators, and it's about being inspired. And inspiration is where you're breathing life into something in front of you. I strongly believe that the future will be better than the present. There are so many learnings from the current situation. You know what? I couldn't agree with you more. And it's people like you that are prepared to say, I'm prepared. It's like there needs to be a big shift. I think there needs to be a big shift in humanity, because humanity has caused this problem. And I think we could shift, we could learn, we could evolve, and we could make this world a better place. That's what I believe, because if I didn't believe that, why would I get up every day? What about you? Feel free to reach out to me. Thank you to Psychologies magazine for giving me this opportunity to speak to all of you. I really, really appreciate you. Some very wise words there. And in the words of Martin Luther King, the most important question we should be asking is, how can I help you? What can I do for you? And that's what I ask all of you right now. How can I serve you in some way, shape or form? Great to see you, and great to see all of you. I think that's about it, unless anyone has any questions. Money mindset, that sounds interesting. I wonder what you do. I'd be curious to know. Thank you for your words. I love that, obsessively grateful. Wow. Now, when we look at gratitude, gratitude is a virtue, and there is no question about it. Grateful people exercise more, they sleep better, they live longer lives. And I think we need to be obsessed about being grateful. What a wonderful... make sure you follow me, and I'll definitely follow you back. So I'm so curious when someone has a name like that. Hello, everyone. It's Sarah here. Sarah, money mindset coach. So we all need a certain mindset when it comes to money. That's for sure. I've written 19 books, and people say, what's the best book you've written? I'd say the one I've just written, but one of my favorite books, without doubt, is Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill in 1937. Absolutely love that book. Read it multiple times. And I attribute a lot of the success I've had in my life to that book. Because success isn't about knowledge, it's about the application of knowledge, right? Guys, you guys are amazing. I'd love to stay and chat all day. Feel free to reach out to me. Make sure you get involved with everything that Psychologies magazine does, because the study of a good soul, the study of a good mind is really where it is all at. So you guys are awesome. I think I've waved at every single one of you. Great book. It's a great gift that keeps giving. Absolutely, yeah. And as Napoleon Hill said, the era of the go-getter has gone. It's the era of the go-giver. How can I help you? How can I serve you? What can I do for you? The time has come for us to rise up, my friends, like never before. And I'm going to leave you with this. Happy, beautiful day. A great life doesn't happen by chance, ladies and gentlemen. It happens by design. We can design that life, especially if we come together and we decide to help each other. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you soon. Feel free to follow me. Check out my podcast. My podcast has often been in the top 10 on mental health. It's just called My 365. My 365. Yeah, check it out. Lots of love. Send me a message if I can help in any way, shape or form. All the best.